Welcome back to our conversation with Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll. So, Governor, the administration's tax cut plan includes reductions in the capital gains and estate taxes. Some critics are calling those giveaways to the wealthy. What's your response to that argument?
You know, 3/4 of our tax package includes direct benefits to, we think, families that need it most. Child care dependent tax credit, anyone who's got a dependent that's an adult that they're taking care of as well, doubling of the senior circuit tax bracket. So 3/4 of the resources that we're putting back in people's pockets through this tax package are going to benefit hardworking families who are really struggling. High cost of housing. We know what's happening at grocery stores with food prices going up, utility bills going up. So we're really grateful about that. And I think we also want to make sure we're competitive. We're one of the few states that has an estate tax. There's only a dozen or so that do, even less so when it comes to the short-term capital gains. So we're also trying to recognize that there are a lot of people who don't consider themselves wealthy who fall into that $1 million estate tax credit right now, and looking for ways to make sure we're competitive when it comes to people choosing where they want to live, where they want to grow their business. We want people to start here and stay here, and that's what this tax package in conjunction with the budget is really designed to do.
Are those measures necessary to maintain our competitiveness?
Well, we certainly believe they are, given the fact that we're a real outlier. There's only a dozen states that even tax estates at all. I think there's only 2 that tax capital gains different under short-term versus long-term. So, you know, this is an area where we felt like we wanted to put down a marker to show that we are a place that can be competitive when you have businesses and people choosing where to live. We lost 100,000 people after the pandemic. Some of that's due to housing and the high cost of childcare. We want to make sure we're being responsive and supporting working families and delivering affordability. You know, I live in a gateway city. I was mayor of Salem, Massachusetts. People are hurting, and this tax package combined with the budget are designed to tackle affordability and create a sustainable economy where people can live and grow.
Now, Attorney General Andrea Campbell's office has expressed concern that the State Gaming Commission is being way too lax in its regulation of the new sports betting industry, which just last Friday went into mobile sports betting, especially in connection with the deluge of advertising for what the AG's office calls potentially addicting products, end quote. Do you share those concerns?
You know, I think we're at the beginning of this new industry, and I certainly feel the deluge of ads and opportunities to make sure people know you can legally sports bet here in Massachusetts. We do have a gaming commission. We have a new attorney general who I think the world of. So I'm hopeful that as we get grounded in this, we can make sure we're thinking about how this law is getting implemented and being mindful of the impacts it could have on community members.
Well, that's the State Gaming Commission's job. Do you think they're doing a good job?
Well, as I said, we're just at the beginning of this, and I think
the fact that you've been around for a while. Have you followed them?
I will say the fact that we knew about where there were immediate, violations in some of the betting rules right from get-go, from starting this new endeavor, says to me that there is accountability and people are paying attention. And I'm hopeful that that will continue as we move forward to make sure you're not only in compliance with the law, but we're thinking about, who might be being harmed, and if there need to be audibles called, so to speak, to use a sports term, that we have a gaming commissioner and an AG who are willing to step in and make sure that's happening.
One last thing before we have to wrap it up here. The new auditor, Diana Driscoll, has announced plans for the first audit of the legislature in a century. Now, there's a dispute over whether or not she has the legal authority to do that. But setting that aside, if she does go ahead, do you think that's a good idea?
It's certainly something that Diana Driscoll mentioned when she was on the campaign trail and talking about wanting to make sure everyone's held accountable. She's an independent authority, so she has rights to take on issues that she thinks are important for her and for the Commonwealth. And, I guess we need to wait and see what that consists of. I don't know exactly what the parameters of the audit is, or are we talking about their budget, their financing, things like that. I'm sure it'll get sorted out as it moves forward.
So you do think it's a good idea, you don't, or you don't, or somewhere in between?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're all at the beginning of an administration. She's a new auditor. This is certainly something she talked about on the campaign trail, so I don't think anyone feels shocked by the fact that it's moving forward, and I guess we'll see how it shakes out.
They're not too crazy about it in certain circles on Beacon Hill.
Well, you can understand, but we also have a duty to make sure that we're accountable to the people who elected us, and I think that she's thinking of it in that regard, I have to imagine, given the fact that she spent a lot of time laying this out while running for the office.
Well, certainly part of accountability is subjecting yourself on a regular basis to these torturous interviews. We appreciate you doing it, and we invite you to be a regular here.
Happy to be here. It's good to see you.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks.
That's Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll.